So before the video even starts, I want to apologize for not uploading in the past couple of days. This is the reason why.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
So I've been playing the games, it's Friday now. I've been playing Persona 5 for about maybe like 12 hours a day for the past couple of days, for the past actually 3 days I think. I got the game on Monday at 9. I had to upload the video that I released on Monday, and I started playing the game at like 11:30. I think I played the game from 11:30 up until like 8 o'clock in the morning the next day. So I played that game from 11 to 7 or 8 or 9ish. Then I went to sleep for maybe 4 or 5 hours. I woke up again. Then I started to play the game again, and I didn't stop. And it's just a problem for me to play this game because it's been already about 4 days, and I've already put in over 40 hours. So that's 10 hours a day. It's borderline. Actually, it's a little bit more than 10 hours a day. It's borderline ridiculous how many hours I've put into this game. And I think the interesting thing is that I didn't expect Persona 5 to grab and hold my attention as it does, because I remember playing The Witcher 3, and The Witcher 3, I played afternoons with Gwent. I spent entire afternoons collecting the cards, playing the game, expanding my deck in Witcher 3, or in The Witcher 3. I've never done that with another game. I've never spent an entire afternoon trying to try to play a mini game within a video game. Never done that before. But Persona 5 is unique in the sense that I've played mornings, afternoons, and evenings on this specific game without any feasible way of exhaustion. Like, my eyes, whenever I was looking at the game is just visually unique. It allows me, like, I was playing the game for over 12 hours one day straight, no breaks, except maybe to use the restroom or maybe to get something to eat. But beyond that, I didn't play the game, or I played the game 12 hours straight, didn't take any breaks. And I remember I was watching the screen, and usually my eyes, they kind of get just tense. They kind of get really, really strained when looking at a screen for long periods of time. And that wasn't the case with Persona 5. I actually didn't get tired of the game looking at it at all for that entire span of time. And I thought that was so unique, because playing The Witcher 3, which is my favorite game of all time, by the way, I get my eyes get strained. It's such a beautiful looking game, but at the same time it really strains my eyes. The Persona 5 doesn't really do that. And it's unfortunate that Atlas has these ridiculous systems in place, kind of like Nintendo, in the sense that I physically cannot record my game. My game, in the interesting thing, hang on. The PS4 has a share button. The PS4 has the ability for me to take screenshots and put it on a flash drive, or I'm able to record gameplay and then put it on my flash drive, which I record to my computer, so that way you as the viewer can look and admire my fantastic gameplay. I can't do that anymore. The game literally blocks my gameplay. I've never seen a system like this done, which is why, if you don't like this concept, and the worst thing is, the game looks fantastic. There are some scenes in the game where I literally want to take a screenshot and it be the background for my computer because the images are so cool. But I don't have a game card, and I don't want to try and figure this out because it seems like it's embedded in the game, and I think that it will require reprogramming of the game. But it's just so obnoxious to deal with some of this bullshit that's going on with the game. But you can easily look past that because of how great the game is, how addicting the gameplay is. Once you're past the first 6 hours of the game, I know that sounds like a long time. Trust me, I was sleep deprived when I had finally gotten past those first, actually it's about 7 hours, that first 7 hours of gameplay. It was taxing. It was borderline torturous how terrible the gameplay is in the first 7 hours, because it's a tutorial, and it's like, I want to upgrade my confidence. I want to explore the Persona system. I want to explore Tokyo. The city of Tokyo is fantastic because there's all of these different areas that you can explore, and then take people with you on these on these unique locations, even though you can't necessarily explore these unique locations with them. It's cool to see them kind of in the background. And it's like, I want to do things my way, and the game has this stranglehold over you for the first 7 hours of the game, and it's very obnoxious, and it's very, very, very malevolent. But so far, I think that the game could easily be Game of the Year contender. Or I think that Persona 5 is easily one of the best games made this year. I think that it will probably go down as easily one of the top 5 games this year. You have probably, and I think that it will be Game of the Year. If people say that it's going to be Zelda, I think that's a little bit ridiculous, especially I think more people have played Zelda, more people have heard about Zelda. There's a little bit of nostalgia surrounding Breath of the Wild. I think that Persona 5 has been judged a lot more harsher than Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Zelda Breath of the Wild has kind of gotten a little bit of leeway, kind of because it's one of the better Zelda games really ever made. But I do feel like Persona 5 can beat Zelda this year as Game of the Year. And why is that necessary? Why do I always talk about, oh, this game could quite possibly be Game of the Year, or, oh, that game could be quite possibly Game of the Year? It's because having that Game of the Year title, that's pretty much like a mark of, this year you were the best. That's why I think that it's very important whenever I'm like comparing really great games and games that are potential Game of the Year candidates, that I do, talk about them and say, you know what, this game could quite possibly be Game of the Year. I think Persona 5 could be the best game made this year, as long as last year. I think Uncharted 4 was probably the best game, or Overwatch. I think Persona 5 is a lot more addicting than both games. And that's saying something for a guy that's probably put in around like 100 plus hours in Overwatch. I think that it could beat Overwatch. I think that it's already better than Overwatch, and I haven't even completed the story. I'm about 40 hours in. I'm almost halfway, apparently, to the end of the game. I think Persona 5 is a fantastic game. If you are a fan of JRPGs, if you're a fan of the Persona series, of the Shin Megami Tensei series, you should go out and get this game. I'll go in full detail about this game, but expect, unfortunately, a lack of gameplay. Again, I don't have a game capture card. I can't actually capture the game because Atlas is being ludicrous. I'll talk about that in a later video. But this has been 24. Remember to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe for more. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you next time.